Assuming, therefore, what has been shown in the foregoing, let us now show that it belongs to God to be the principle and cause of being to others. For it has been shown above by Aristotle's demonstration that there is some first efficient cause, which we call God. But the efficient cause brings its effects into being. God therefore exists for the sake of others. Again, it has been shown in the first book, by reason of the same, that there is something first moving and immovable, which we call God. But the first mover in any order of motions is the cause of all the motions which are of that order. Since then many of the motions of heaven are produced into being, in the order of which God has been shown to be the first mover, it must be that God is the cause of many things being. Further, what pertains to a person by itself must necessarily be in him universally, just as the rational man is moved upward by fire. Now to act a certain effect belongs by itself to a being in act, for each agent acts according to what is in act. Therefore, every being is actually born to do something actually existing. But God is actually a being, as was shown in the first book. Therefore, a being actually has the right to do something for which it has a reason for being. Still, the sign of perfection in inferior things is that they can do things similar to themselves, as is clear from the Philosopher in the fourth of the Meteors. But God is most perfect, as was shown in the first book. Therefore, it is proper for him to do something similar to himself in the act, so that it is the cause of being. Again, it is shown in the first book that God wants to communicate his being to others by way of likeness. But it is about the perfection of the will that it is the principle of action and movement, as is clear in chapter 3 of the Soul. When, therefore, the divine will is perfect, it does not lack the power of communicating its being to another by way of likeness, and so he will have reason to be. Still, the more perfect the principle of any action, the more it can extend its action to more and more remote areas. For fire, if it is weak, heats only the near ones, but if it is strong, even if it is remote. But the pure act, which is God, is more perfect than the mixed act of power, as it is in us. But the act is the beginning of the action. Since then, through the act that is in us, we can not only engage in actions that remain within us, such as understanding and willing, but also in actions that tend to externals, by which we produce certain facts. God is much more able, by the fact that he actually is, not only to understand and will, but also to produce an effect, and so it can be a reason for being for others. This is why it is said in Job 5:9, "Who does great and wonderful and unsearchable things without number,